Namaste. Hi, I'm Gayatri, and I've been releasing a series about yoga for emotional and trauma release. And I want to talk about how this relates to addictions. So, addictions can be of many types. So, when we generally think about substances, like alcohol or smoking or things like that, but addictions can be of all kinds. An addiction is basically anything that we don't have control over. So, for example, people can nowadays are getting addicted to social media. That's a big one. People can be addicted to shopping, and all different kinds of things. Can be really anything that just you don't have control over, and that's taking you away or taking your attention away from what you want to focus on, what you want to do. So making you less effective, less powerful in your life. And when we start to realize that we're doing something like this that we don't have control over, oftentimes it's coming from a subconscious programming or a desire to avoid feeling something. So let's say, for example, we have an experience of shame in our lives or in the past. Is something a lot of people might feel coming up, and you want to avoid feeling that, right? You feel it coming up and you don't like that feeling. It feels bad. So you might go to, say, social media or, watching something on television or whatever it is in order to avoid that feeling. The problem with this approach is that the feeling never really goes away. Like, it'll just keep coming back. You go and you avoid it. Later on, it comes back again. You avoid it. So you're playing this kind of cat and mouse game, and you're in not feeling that feeling. You are avoiding that intense, feeling that you don't want to feel. But at the same time, you're kind of losing all of your power and all of your energy to this other thing that's a distraction from that. So it takes a little courage, but the way to actually fully overcome these things is to face them and to feel them. And of course, they can come out at times when we don't want them to. This is like what people call triggers, right? Something you might see or hear something that brings out this feeling, and you don't have any control. It just comes, and then it can be really difficult. Yoga can be a controlled way, a mindful way of bringing up those feelings. They can even come up just in meditation when you kind of stop your activity, stop your mind, and just observe. They can come up when we're doing specific poses, but it's a controlled way to get in a state where we allow these feelings, process and feel the feelings, and that might be unpleasant for a little while, but then we let it go. So usually it's like it comes, the experience of that feeling, it's like it's born, it has a little life, and then it dies. And this can all pass in the space of a few minutes or less, usually less. But if we keep it from kind of being born, it stays in that dormant state and keeps coming back. So taking that courage, maybe in a yoga pose or in a meditation, to say, wow, I'm feeling, what was the example that I had was shame. So I'm feeling this, and I want to get curious about it. And where do I feel that in my body? Where do I feel that emotion? What's going on? Do I feel like, butterflies in my stomach or tightness in my shoulder? Just observe that. Just let that feeling be. And watch it and breathe and stay with your breath and stay with your awareness. And then the feeling will have its life, be born, and die. And it may come back again. This may not be, the last time that you experience it, but you'll know the next time, oh, I know how to deal with this. I know that it passes quickly. I know that I'll feel better after I let it pass. And so over time, you get better at allowing it to pass, and it diminishes. It's less and less each time until maybe it's not even really there anymore for you. So good luck to you on this process. It's a difficult one, and I'll be here to, help you along with that. Thank you. Namaste.